this the right moment to buy a house? If you're considering buying a home and you're seeing prices keep going up and there's a lot of competitions between buyers in order for them to purchase the right house, I want you to watch this video, because once you finish watching this video, I promise you, you're gonna have a clear idea about your decision, whether this is a great moment to buy a house or not.
Thank you for participating in another episode of Home Seller Secrets, where we bring you the latest tips, tricks, and advice to help you sell your home. Your host, Fernando Herboso, broker, owner for MAXUS Realty Group. Fernando is an author, entrepreneur, and expert listing broker for Maryland, D.C., and Virginia. With over 30 years' experience, Fernando has assisted hundreds of homeowners on the sale of their properties. Please welcome Fernando Herboso once again to another episode of today's Home Seller Secrets.
Hi everyone, this is Fernando Herboso with MAXUS Realty Group. Here I am talking about if this is the right moment to buy a house. Here is 2021. We are basically in a time in history in real estate that we have never seen before, where there is basically more buyers for houses that are in the inventory ready to sell, and buyers are in a frenzy competing with each other and driving the prices of these houses up. And maybe you're thinking, maybe I should just stay on the sidelines. Maybe I should just wait until the bubble bursts in the real estate, just like it did back in 2006, 2007, and then the prices will come down, and maybe that's the right time to buy. Well, I want to show you, the reasons why. If you're thinking about waiting on a bubble or thinking about on a major correction in real estate, I want to show you some of the reasons why I think it may not happen. Let's begin, and I want to share my screen with this very important chart. Make it something smaller so you can see it. And this chart is showing homes built in the United States every 10 years. As you can see, you're gonna start with in the 1930s. Between 1930 and 1940, in United States, 5.4 million houses were built back in those days. But you remember the population of the United States was even much smaller than it is right now. So that continued every 10 years. When it got to, for example, 1970, in 1970 to 1980, there were 25.8 million homes built in the United States. Then the next decade, in 1980 to the year 2000, there were 25.2. And then in 1990 to the year 2000, 1990 to the year 2000 was 26.7. And finally, on the year 2000 to 2010, they built 27.1 million homes. So what happens after 2010 to 2020, the last 10 years? How many homes were built in the United States? 5.8 million homes. Why is that? What's the reason why the amount of houses built in the United States have dropped considerably? Even though that the population of the United States keep growing and growing and growing, and the housing needs of overall of everybody, it keeps growing and growing year after year after year, yet they are not building enough houses. So I'm going to show you some of the reasons why I think houses are not being built. Because one of the reasons, look at what happened to the lumber prices in the last 12 months. It started in 2019 when there was no COVID-19, and it was a very steady, up and down for little reasons on that, but usually steady. These are the lumber prices that builders use to build houses. So everything is normal as usual, a slight rise on prices, which is expectable. But at the same time, when COVID-19 hit in 2020, right early, around March and April, lumber prices dropped down because people thought nobody's going to be build houses now, and we have a lot of oversupply of lumber, so the prices went down. But then as soon as that happened, people started buying homes. People started going after buying even bigger homes. So prices of lumber kept going up and up and up, and basically double in price on the last 12 months. And there is no change on the future on this, because lumber is still going to keep going up because there's a lot of demand. There's a lot of demand because there is more demand for housing than ever before in the United States. And this is the reason why I think, that the need for housing is greater than having to have a correction in the market where everybody's just going to decide to rent or stop buying homes. We keep growing. We keep growing as a nation, and that is one of the main things that also builders are taking in consideration when it comes down to building homes. Let me show you on the Hispanic population, for example. The Hispanic population, since the year 2000, it keeps growing and growing year after year after year. They're the ones also that driving prices up, because Hispanic population need housing, just like you're gonna need housing for the population in general, for the whole United States. As you can see, the projections for population growth in the United States is up to 439 million back in 2050. So that's the projection of population growth in the United States. We are around the 333 million right now. So as you can see, as population grows, housing needs grows. And this is the reason why I think housing is not going to drop down in prices. There may be some minor corrections where the prices of the houses are going to drop, but immediately it's going to go up, because the tendency is this, that as more people come into the market and there is less land to build more houses, lumber prices are pretty high and builders are not building as many houses as possible, there is going to be a shortage in housing. And this is the reason why I think if this is the right moment to buy a home, maybe it is. And if you're thinking about you're going to wait for the burst of the bubble to burst so you can buy a house cheaper, you may be waiting a long time. My name is Fernando Herboso with MAXUS Realty Group. I'm happy to bring you this information for you to make the right decisions. Please subscribe to our channel, and I will see you next week. Thank you.